What's up, guys? It is Thursday, January 5th, and we've crossed over finally into the new year. Really don't know how to welcome in 2023, because we thought 2022 was going to be nice, and then it kind of came in and tricked us, and we all know how that turned out. So we're all a little bit skeptical as to what 2023 is going to bring to the table, right? So approaching with caution on that one, obviously. So one thing that I want to talk about real quick is I've been thinking about, because we're getting on to the stage to where we pretty much got I would say 90% of the insulation in all the walls, and the living room has the insulation in all the walls and the ceiling. And then I started some ceiling insulation in the bedroom, but everything else ceiling wise is still kind of just bare at this moment. But the walls, for the most part, are pretty much done. You know what I mean? And so I've been thinking, we're about to be moving on to the drywall stage, right? And I'm like, man, the one thing that has been just sitting in the back of my mind was getting these, holes cut out for these outlet boxes. You know what I mean? And trying not to screw it up. You know what I mean? Because I've fiddled with drywall a little bit here and there. Have never had to cut out outlet holes or anything like that in it, though. My understanding of drywall is pretty basic, to say the least, I guess. And so I've been thinking about, man, there's got to be something that can make, locating these outlets that are going to be hidden once you put that drywall up on that wall, those outlets are going to go hidden. So there has to be a way to locate these boxes behind this drywall. And a lot of the older guys, man, they do it the most time-consuming, most difficult way that you could possibly do it. They literally just measure off with a tape measure, just measure widths and heights and stuff, and manually locate these boxes off of measurements. And I was like, dude, I have to do the entire house. You know how long that would take? It'd take forever. And I was like, man, there has got to be something that can make that go by 1,000 times faster, right? And I did a little bit of searching, and I found something. So, fold this down. The sun's really starting to come out. I actually found something, believe it or not. They sell this outlet box locating system for drywall, right? So what this tool essentially is it's a set of magnets, believe it or not. And the way that it works is very interesting. You take this one half of it and you press it into your empty outlet box, and it clicks in with these two little metal springs that hold it in place in the box so it doesn't move around or fall out or whatever. So you take this little half of it, you put it into the outlet box, and it has two magnets on the front of it, right? Then you go ahead, you put your drywall up onto the wall. Then you take the other half of this that also has magnets in it, and you put it up on the drywall, and you kind of move it around, and it'll find the magnets. It'll be pulled to it, and it'll stick to it. And it can only go in one way. because the magnets on the top and bottom are flipped different directions. They have different polarities, so they can only grab one way. And then what happens after that is, on the outside part, the one that is over top of the drywall, it's like a rectangular plastic piece that is roughly the same size as an outlet box. And what you do is you take either a pencil, a pen, or a Sharpie, and you literally just trace the outline, the diameter of it, and you remove it, and it gives you the perfect cutout. Then what you do is you take whatever cutting tool you prefer, whether it be like a drywall saw or a roto zip, or whatever you want to do, or if you just want to do it by razor blade, I don't know. But you take whatever cutting tool you have, and you literally just cut it out along the outline, and you're supposed to get a perfectly cut square outlet hole in the drywall. So the reason why this tool works is, first off, it helps you find the hidden outlet that's hidden behind the drywall. It helps you locate the outlet. That's step one. Step two is it gives you that perimeter. It gives you the shape of the outlet box that you can trace and then cut out perfectly. So that's step two. So step one finds the outlet. Step two lets you cut out a perfect hole for the outlet. And then once the hole is cut, you then reach in to the open outlet and you pull out the other half of the piece. And that's it. It's like a two-part system. And I tested it out, did a little bit of practicing on some spare scraps of drywall I had laying around, and it works pretty reliably. Those magnets are very strong. It will grab each other through. I tried it on the 1/2-inch drywall, and it found it. It'll grab through drywall, through wood paneling, I even tried it on some slightly thicker wood, almost like a 3/4 inch thickness of wood, and it still pulled towards it and tried to grab it. Like, these magnets are really strong, stronger than you would definitely think that they were. And it works great. And, I'm pretty sure this is the one that I'm going to be using. The other tool that I purchased was a lot cheaper, it was a lot simpler. It's a tool, has a very similar concept, but it is slightly different. There's no magnets involved or anything like that. So how this other tool works is you put this piece into the outlet box, kind of like the other one, and it has these 6 like little metal spike, like prongs sticking out of it. Then what you do is you press the drywall up and you push it up against it, and those 6 spikes will press into the back of the drywall and leave an indent. And then what you do is you take, again, a pen or a pencil or a Sharpie, and you trace those 6 lines that it indented, and you get a perfectly square hole that you cut out for your drywall. The only reason why I don't like this system as much is because, first off, it does locate the outlet, so that's fine. So you press it, but the reason why I don't like this system is, after you press it up against it, and it puts it into the back of the drywall, you then have to take the drywall back off and then cut it out and then put it back on, because it only does it to the back side. Whereas the other one, you cut it from the front and remove it all in one go. The other process is 1,000 times easier and definitely 1,000 times faster than the other process. Like I said, both work for locating the box, but I really only trust the second one, the one with the magnets, for actual ease of use and reliability, and it's damn near takes 0 effort to really use that one and to get really nice, clean cutouts for your outlet boxes. So more than likely that's going to be the one that I'll be using. Also picked up like a Roto Zip drywall cutting blade. Looks like a drill bit, so I guess we'll just call it a bit. It's like a Roto Zip bit specifically for drywall, for cutting out, outlet boxes and around windows and doors, and really precise straight cuts. You're supposed to use it in like a Roto Zip type Dremel looking tool, but it really is just designed like, it looks like a regular drill bit, so you should be able to put it into any regular drill that has a chuck and tighten it down, and it should just grab it like any other drill bit, and there shouldn't really be any issues. It should work pretty much the same thing as if it were in its actual designated tool. And to buy that actual Roto Zip tool, I mean, the cheapest tool that they had that I could find was like $80. And I was like, look, I don't need to go spend an additional $80 just on this like specific Roto Zip type tool when it'll pretty much do the exact same thing in a normal drill. You know what I mean? So I didn't do that. I just got the bit itself, got the drywall locating kit, outlet box tool, and that's pretty much it for that. But that's a little update as to how I'm thinking about approaching this situation, because like I said, I've never cut out outlet boxes or anything like that, and I don't want to screw it up, because you screw it up, you're gonna have to do patch repairs, you're gonna end up damaging drywall, restarting, and we have an entire house to drywall, walls and ceiling, so mistakes really like cannot be made, if you get what I'm saying. Like, things need to be as precise and as perfect as they could possibly be for this to go as smoothly as it possibly can, right? So fingers crossed on that. I'm gonna go ahead, jump off here, get back to some stuff, and get a few other things I gotta finish up at the house, do some more cleanup, maybe try to get some yard stuff done, because it's rough. Again, that's how remodels go, right? You gotta make a little bit of a mess to make some big improvements, right? But all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, jump off here. Hope you guys take it easy, stay safe out there, and I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video.